Hello, I'm the Antiquated Misfit here. Sorry, I messed up on my own name. Jeez. Um, we're going to do a stitch and chat today. And as you can see, I have my cross stitch out. This is a blanket I've been making for way too many years. A pattern I found out of a book back in the 90s, I want to say. Um, anyway, let's talk about what I'd like to feature on the channel. It is cozy crafting and gaming, so you will see diamond painting, which will probably be the main thing that I do. There will also be cross stitch, crochet, maybe some puzzles as well. That'll be more towards the summertime when I can do them outside. Because I have a 9,000 piece puzzle that I had gotten for Christmas, and I want to get the neighborhood kids involved with doing that one. And I don't have enough space in my little tiny place. Um, but I like to have the community involved, and probably later on this week I'll put up a video asking the community to vote on which diamond painting I start next. You won't see any diamond paintings right now simply because I am in the middle of two whips and they're almost completed, and I don't really want to make a video on something that is really almost done. But they will be in a month in review, and my issue with that is that one of them is a mystery kit. Now, I bought it on a D-Stash. It was Mystery Kit 90, so I don't know how many people would know what that one is. But I don't want to ruin the surprise for anybody that has it and has not yet done that. As far as cozy gaming goes, I have to have my son help me set up something on my computer so that I can record my games. And he's a streamer on Twitch, so he knows how to do all this fun stuff. I don't. I'm technologically impaired. But as far as games go, I'll probably be playing My Time at Portia, My Time at Sandrock, some Wildflowers. And by cozy gaming, I mean games that are cozy to me. Games that help me relax, that really have no time limit to actually complete. That's what I consider a cozy game. Stuff that you can just do leisurely. Oh, I lost count. Okay. But, anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about books. I love to read, so I would love to know the viewers' opinions on books. If starting a book club would be something that you would be interested in doing, uh, and we can talk about books. Right now, I'm reading the Kathy Reich series that's based on Bones. I don't know how many people are familiar with that. A lot of people seem to be. However, the books are based on her later life after she left the Jeffersonian. And it's very, very different from the series. So there are things that I'm seeing in the book that aren't cohesive with the series. So just be prepared for that if you do read the Kathy Reichs books. As I said, I'd love to take a community vote on which books to read because I'm always looking for new material. I read a lot of true crime and fantasy, and I kind of want to get out of that wheelhouse and expand my mind. And I started trying doing something new that the principal painter had suggested called journaling when you read the books. Take a quote out of the book and what it means to you. And unfortunately, with the Bones series, I'm having trouble journaling from specific lines, but I have a general thought about it. And it's a lot of things put together that make that thought comprehensive. So I've just been writing stuff like that down rather than attributing it to a quote. But I would love to have people to talk to about books in general, what they're reading, if they're reading the same thing that I am, their opinions. Same thing with movies. I absolutely love movies. And the older the movie, the better. I love stuff based in like the 1920s, 1930s. So it's a lot, I know. Uh, like the Titanic. I know that movie came out in the 90s, I believe. And it's not, it's based in fact, but it's not the factual situation of what happened. I happen to have a book that has all of the newspaper articles ever written about the Titanic. And I have not read them all because it's such tiny print. I need a magnifying glass to read it. And that was when I was a teenager. So that tells you something. They fit a lot into that. And uh, other movies, I like underrated movies, basically. Like a lot of underrated movies that I watch. My boyfriend's younger than me, and he has seen so many movies that were done before I was born and enjoyed them. So I introduced him to a couple that I watched as a kid in the early 90s and late 80s. Like one of them was called Monster Squad. I suggest watching that. His description of it was Van Helsing done right. And I had never seen Van Helsing at that point. So, yeah, that was quite an honor to have one of my favorite movies as a kid be referred to like that. And I did happen to see Van Helsing a couple years ago, and it he's right. Monster Squad is Van Helsing done right. And Toy Soldiers is another one of my favorites, and that has a lot of big name people in the cast. Uh, that one often gets confused by everybody for small soldiers, you know, little army men with the microchips. And that's just not what it is. It's a prep school that gets taken over by a terrorist. It has Sean Astin in it, Will Wheaton, Louis Gossett Jr., Jerry Orbach. And I know that's probably a name that a lot of people don't know, but Jerry Orbach was mainly known for Lenny Briscoe in the Law and Order series. I loved his character. Lenny was so sarcastic and funny. And he was just an unforgettable portrayal of that character. Um, anyway, I don't really have much to talk about. I think I just pretty much summed up everything I had to talk about in about 10 minutes. So, let's see. Let's talk about life. Well, I work. I'll talk a little bit about myself. I'll let you know a little bit about my history. I work two jobs, two part-time jobs. Um, and they're both overnights. So I generally, if I'm going to put videos up, it's going to be very early in the morning because I generally get home from work about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning because I go in at like 4 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning, depending how heavy the load is. I work at a mail facility. I'm not going to say which one, and there's plenty of them out there to choose from, but I live an hour away from my place of work, so it's always interesting in the mornings. I travel highways that have no lights on them until you get to an exit. I travel with no vehicles on the road, which generally can be good. But who knows? I hate this yarn. This yarn is so old it keeps falling apart. And it's very hard to find. I just had to do an order through Walmart for this color, and it's for one of the colors in this blanket. It's tie-dyed, obviously, with a honeycomb pattern. And I noticed yesterday when I was crocheting that I had to take 3 lines apart because I missed one stitch. And it was very, very noticeable because it was one of these double crochets that hooks into a bottom row, and yeah, that's just too noticeable to have let go. like I said, I've been working on this blanket for a good 11 years. I started this when I first moved, and I just can't crochet anymore. It hurts my hands. That's why I got an ergonomic hook. I like it. And I've been seeing a lot of people crochet for beginners have all of these tools, and I'm looking at their like, what do you need a needle for? What do you need this for? What do you need that for? I watched a video and I'm like, oh, so I've been doing this wrong the whole time. Anyway, the stitch that I was missing was one of these. I don't know how well you can see it. But yeah. So my grandmother actually taught me how to cross stitch when I was about 10, and I fell in love with cross stitch. So that, like I said, will be featured on my channel. I'll probably be making things out of the designs that I have. I have a book of 365 Christmas designs, and that makes ornaments, cards, all kinds of fun things. So I plan on eventually doing that. But she also taught me how to crochet when we used to sit up late at night in the summertime. Her and I would sit up late at night all summer long, watching Unsolved Mysteries, the Lifetime Nighttime movie, which was on from 9 to 11. And then after that, we'd watch I Love Lucy and more Unsolved Mysteries and Golden Girls. And we had a whole routine, on the weekdays when I was out of school. And I used to love it. I asked her one day to teach me how to crochet. And unfortunately, by then she had lost her sight. She was completely blind. So when she was doing blankets, they were all kinds of off in the rows because she didn't count. She just went by feel. And all she could teach me how to do was the starting line. And I don't know. I think I was going for the Guinness Book of World Records of the longest starting line until I had about a week before my aunt came over for lunch and could show me how to begin the next line. I thought it was hilarious. She's like, "What? How big are you making this?" I'm like, I didn't know how to go to the next line, so I just kept going. I had something called a I think it's a Smart Saver. It was one of the big 5-pound things of yarn from Walmart. And I think I used about half of it just on that first line. So she taught me how to do my single crochet, my double crochet, how to turn. But nobody ever taught me how to end either. Like when you ran out of yarn, when you went to the next one, how do you hide the ends? I didn't know how to, and back then we didn't have YouTube to go to look at. I mean, we had tutorials, you could find it in a book, but I mean, we really didn't have the internet to go to. And so I just kind of started tucking them, using my crochet hook and tucking them inside the old stitches or around the old stitches, and it worked fine for me. And now I look at a crochet for beginners and I'm like, that's how I'm supposed to do it. That makes sense. But I'm like, I've never seen anybody use these tools. My grandmother didn't use those tools, and I never saw her actually hide the ends, so I didn't know how she did it. And of course she couldn't show me because she couldn't see. But I mean, we had some fun times. I generally loved and enjoyed the time I had with my grandmother, and unfortunately she passed away at the age of 91 about 11 years ago. And she is missed dearly. But within that time, I got a crochet book of 101 patterns, which this is one of them. I'll be darned if I can find that book now. I lost that and my 365 Christmas designs. And I had to rebuy the Christmas design one, which was actually not expensive because it was used. I think it cost me like 20 some odd dollars. Buying that book new and still in the package, looking at it, it was over $100. I'm like, this book is that well known. Apparently it was. And I'll take it. I don't know what happened to my yarn. I have one of my skeins of yarn is all messed up. I don't know what happened to it. This yarn I know is messed up. Look at this. This is what I had to take out. That is what I had to take out just to fix that one stitch. There was a time when I was crocheting that if I messed up once, the entire blanket came apart. And it didn't matter how far down it was. I'd be like, yeah, there's one. I only have to take 3 rows out, but we're going to take the whole blanket apart and do this. It took me forever to make my first blanket. It's just like it's taken me forever to do this. But I have since then expanded. I can do scarves. I do baby blankets as well. I haven't really expanded out of the blanket era. I haven't learned how to do hats, gloves, anything really generally that is useful. Blankets are useful, but these are more decorative than useful, I guess. I don't know. I see people nowadays have blankets on their bed, which, by the way, yes, I am spread out on my bed in my bedroom because it's the most comfortable place I have to sit here and crochet. And having not picked this up in a while, it feels good. It feels good to be crocheting. I don't know how much I'm going to get done today because of how bad my hands are, but I feel like I'm having a good day today, so I might be able to do a little bit more off camera, of course. But okay, now I guess let's talk about how I got into diamond painting and when. I see a lot of channels on YouTube. Excuse me, I need a drink. No. I see a lot of channels on YouTube that people are saying, I've been diamond painting since 2021. I've been diamond painting since, 2020. I don't remember when diamond painting came out, but I think my mother brought me my first kit back in the 20-teens. It had to be like, it was before I met my current boyfriend, so it had to be like 2016, 2017. Back then she went to a lot of the art stores, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and she went to Michael's one day and saw this thing. It was Van Gogh's Starry Night. I'm an art history person, and so is she. So she picked that up for me to do. She's back when she could sit and draw. She was an excellent artist. I mean, she had some serious talent, and arthritis has taken that away from her. She can't sit and draw or paint anymore. But she bought that for me, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to do this. So that was the first thing I did, was unroll it and do it. But I really was inexperienced. I read the instructions on how to do it, but didn't really understand. And it was a pretty decent size. I think it was like a 20 by 20 canvas. It's packed up in my storage now, so I can't even tell you how big it was. It had a lot of colors, a lot of confetti. If you've ever seen Starry Night, it's confetti. But I took the plastic off of it completely, and I looked at the bags that they gave with the drills, and I'm like, this isn't enough for all these drills. So and of course I took all the plastic off the canvas, like I said, which, big mistake, I've learned later. I didn't know what to do with it, so I did about half the painting, and I'm using these bags, and they're not very sturdy, especially if you have animals that like to play with things in your house. And a lot of the bags got broken because I wasn't storing them right, so I was losing a lot of the drills. Back then I called them diamonds because I didn't know they were called drills. But I was losing a lot of them. They were going all over the place. I gave up. I put it away and I just didn't touch it. And now in my yarn storage bag, it's one of those edible creations bags. There's a lot of those drills still on the bottom of that bag, and I have no clue what color they are. But anyway, so I packed it up for a few years. Then I started seeing diamond painting on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, so this is a thing. This is like a real thing. I thought it was going to die out real quickly because I didn't really see anything about it. And I was just starting to really learn how to use YouTube at that point. And I was watching a lot of gaming videos. And then it came up suggested for me with the diamond painting. So I started watching videos. I think Raya Page was the first one that was suggested to me. And then Minori followed not too long after. And I started looking at these videos and I'm like, that's how you do it. And I pulled out my Starry Night. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this kit in this condition. So I went back to Michael's and I actually found that kit. I think this was in 2018. I refound that kit. And I even got some storage for it. Not like actual storage. I was still using the plastic bags, but I labeled them this time and I made it work. And I even bought more of the bags, the jewelry bags, to place the drills in. So I was actually able to do pretty well with that. And I got to the end of the painting, I guess it was about 2019, because I had bought, like I said, I had bought a whole new canvas and everything. I had gotten to the end of the painting and I was missing drills. I was short about 5 drills and 2 colors. And now looking back in my bag, I'm like, these are probably the drills I'm missing. So that's what started it all. Then I discovered Diamond Art Club and it just snowballed from there. Now I'm supposed to be on a no buy. I was supposed to be doing this refresh your stash challenge that Lisette is doing, and I just keep buying and buying and buying. And the worst part is I know why I'm buying and I can't stop it. I really can't. I'm buying because I suffer from seasonal depression. That's my general thing. And it's wintertime, it's cold, there's snow on the ground. It gets dark early. Well, now it's starting to warm up since it's February. And February is usually the first month where I live. Is the worst. It's really, really the worst. And it's been getting warmer. We've been having, 40-degree weather, 30-degree weather. It's finally melting the snow that happened, that big snowstorm that hit everybody on the East Coast. And anybody that knows me knows I don't like the cold at all. I hate the cold and everything that comes with it. The only thing that I like about the winter is Christmas. That's it. Which gives me a reason to buy during my depression. Because I'm buying for other people. And I love seeing the look on their faces. It fills me with joy when they open up their gifts. And I don't have anybody small to buy for anymore. But anyway, yeah, so there's that. So this Christmas I went out. My boyfriend has a older sister that has a 9-year-old son. So for her, I got the Hogwarts houses in beige diamond painting. And I bought him the entire pack of the Avengers set of Sparkle Pals. And they've both been enjoying it. Although my boyfriend's sister has 2 small kids. She has a 3-year-old as well. So she doesn't really have time to do the diamond painting. And I'm like, oh man, I'm tragically upset about that. Because it would be really, really nice to have somebody that I can go visit that loves doing it as much as I do. And I'm hoping that that's what happens. I know it's not realistic. Like, some people do one and then be like, no, this isn't for me, and that's fine. But I mean, I really do hope to have somebody to talk to about diamond painting. And I'm like, oh, well, you need accessories? I got accessories. You need this? I got this. And I mean, most of the time it's because I buy the wrong thing. That's just how I am. I'm technologically impaired. So when I go to buy stuff for diamond painting, I generally buy the wrong thing. So I have stuff to give away. Like, one of the things that I bought was this adhesive, which is more poured glue for dry spots on diamond paintings. I thought I was buying a sealer. I had seen it on Raya Page's channel, and it's a spray sealer that she has, that she swears by. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy that. I went on Diamond Art Club, found out it's not there. They had the adhesive, which I thought was it, and then I read the instructions when it came in. I'm like, oh, this is for if your glue dries. Okay, this is not what I was looking for. And I had to rewatch her video, and she said it was on Amazon. So I bought it off of Amazon. And I love the spray sealers. I don't know how well they work, because I have diamond paintings that I stored, like some of the first ones I finished in 2025, that are missing drills because of how I stored them. So I'm hoping I can get better at storing them. And I'm trying to, one of the kits is archived, and I'm missing a lot of different colors, so it's not something I can really contact Diamond Art Club about and say, hey, can you send me these 20 colors that I'm missing? Because, I'm missing about 5 drills of each color. I'm going through my stash of extra drills. Back then, I didn't know to save your drills. I was throwing them all out. I'm like, I don't need them. I'm not going to need them again. And they send so many extra. So I didn't feel a need. And lo and behold, I have a need. And now I have one painting that's only missing one color that hasn't come in. I started saving my drills. I have a lot of drills saved. And another one that's missing like 20 colors still. But I've been able to fill in a few of them because I do have them. But I mean, it's just a horrible, horrible thing that happened with that one, because all the drills are off center now. The canvas is stretched. And I love this canvas because it looks like my cat. It's called Hidden Under the Antique Fabric. It has a black cat with a bunch of fabric on it, and it looks like my Lucy. Which, speaking of which, if I'm doing a diamond painting, I do large diamond paintings in my room, so I generally have cameos of my pets in the video. And not in the videos, because I haven't made a video yet, but generally I have cameos of my pets that will be featured in the video because, well, they like to walk across my glue. And I have one cat in 2 rooms, a different cat in each room. That's what I'm trying to say. As I work in my living room, I have a 1,000 piece puzzle table, so I'll work a small diamond art. And that's the one I'm going to have people vote on that see this. I'll get all my smaller ones together and put them up and ask for everybody to vote on which one that they would like to see done, because that one I will record while doing, and probably do a post review as well of it. But I can only work small painting out there, and my one cat likes to sleep in my storage and sit on that table when I'm there, but she doesn't really bother it. And the other one, he just wants attention, so when I'm sitting in my room doing a diamond painting, he'll be walking all across my diamond painting, my glue, into my tray. He'll be slipping on everything that I have set out, and he'll just be very, very annoying. So I have to take my kitty breaks and pet him. And then when I finish petting him, he's like, nope, not done. Come on. So he'll distract me for quite a bit of time. But anyway, yeah, that's how things are going to go. And of course, I want to see votes on when I get my gaming up. as to what games you would like to see featured as a long play on my channel. I don't do demos, and I don't have an affiliate with anybody, so just know that everything that I have, I bought myself. And I do have a code for Diamond Art Club if you want to get some money off. I will try to put that in the description. So I think it's just like a first time buyer code, but like I said, it's not an affiliate code. You'll get money off of your canvas, I'll get money off of mine type deal. And I think they call it a refer a friend or something. So I'll have to look that up and put that in the description before I upload the video. Other than that, I don't think anything too exciting has been going on. I mean, my life's pretty boring. I'm a hermit basically. I hate going out for anything. And I live right across the street from a mall. It's a very small mall, but it's not doing too well either. A lot of the stores in there are closing. Like Cinnabon closed down last year. FYE just closed down in January. They still have a GameStop there, Spencer's, the clothing stores. But the entertainment portions that they've had there have not lasted. Like they had the Go calendars and games, which I used to love because they had some really, really nice puzzles in there. And I'm a big fan of Ravensburger puzzles. I have quite a few of them. My son actually recently got me a Stitch puzzle because I'm in love with Stitch. If you couldn't tell, love Stitch. And usually the shirts I wear are Stitch. I'm wearing basically what I found to change into to do this today. But even my coffee mug is Stitch. And this was found at Brown's Bargain Outlet. They have a Facebook page, so if you're in New Jersey, that's where I got that. I think they relocated to Glassboro. It's a distance away from me, but I used to work with one of the people. Well, I shouldn't say I did. My mother did. We both work in the same place, so she worked with one of the people that owns the store, which I think is great. But anyway. I think that's about. Oh, what was I saying about the puzzles? Yes. I was saying about my son for Christmas got me 2 custom puzzles that I can't wait to do. But I have other puzzles that I want to do first. And one of them I have to find a couple pieces for because I had to leave it out on my puzzle table. And I have my 2 female cats, Dobby and Lucy, chase each other and hiss at each other, and they're not very nice to each other, basically. And they did a Scooby-Doo Roadrunner, legs flapping but not moving anywhere move, and my puzzle pieces went all over the place, and they lost a couple of my edge pieces that I have yet to find, and I've looked all over the place for them. And I really don't want to do that puzzle on camera because of the missing pieces. And missing pieces bother me. I hate it. And I don't think I have a puzzle that doesn't have a missing piece. I have a plexiglass board, a 3-foot by 3-foot plexiglass board that I do my diamond painting on. And I do some puzzles on. And I had my Stitch puzzle on there, and I was so tired I had to take a nap because the hours that I work are ridiculously early. I don't go to bed early enough to be up that early to go to work. I really needed a nap. So I put up the puzzle on the board. I didn't have it on my puzzle mat. I have another puzzle on my puzzle mat. So I'm like, okay, well, as long as I anchor this down, it should be safe. Well, I had my son's cat, and she's really fat. Dobby is. She decided she was going to sit on it. And when she sat on it, I could see it. It was like it was happening in slow motion. The board just went like this, and the puzzle just slipped right off and fell all over the place. It took me forever to find the pieces that were just scattered throughout my room. And my boyfriend helped, and he found even more pieces that I had missed. By the time I had the puzzle done, I was missing one piece. I'm like, oh crap, I'm missing a piece. I have to go search for this piece. I searched everywhere where the puzzle fell. Nothing. And it sat in a box with a missing piece because I'm like, okay, I'll eventually find it. I will find this piece. And I think it sat there for a good 4 or 5 months with me saying, I'm going to find this piece. I happened to be getting the clothes together to do the laundry, and I dug down a little bit deeper than I normally dig down into a pile of storage, and there was the missing piece. I'm like, oh, I found it. Now I can do this puzzle again. And I might actually redo that puzzle on camera because I'm going to seal it. When my son bought me the puzzles, the 2 custom puzzles, he also bought me 10,000 piece puzzle frames. So I'm hoping they fit. I have four puzzles that I'm going to put in those frames right now, or when I do the puzzles. I have a Ravensburger Mona Lisa, which I was going to frame anyway because, why not? It's the Mona Lisa. And then I will frame my Stitch puzzle because Stitch. Love Stitch. And it happened to be, I found it funny because I was watching Karen Puzzles do the 24-hour puzzle tournament video. And that Stitch puzzle was one of the 2 that, or was in one of the competitions that she did. And she said something about wanting to do that puzzle. Like she'd love to do that puzzle because she didn't really get a chance to. It was not, they had to switch out every so often. And she didn't get a chance to work on it. And I put in a comment in one of her videos, I have that puzzle. It is missing, excuse me. It is missing a piece. But I do have that puzzle. Contact me, message me if you want the puzzle. I'll give it to you. I never heard anything, so I guess either she got it for herself, maybe, or she is not interested in doing the puzzle, or maybe she didn't have time to read the comments, because that I commented, like months after she had posted that video, and it's okay, it's all good. I still have the puzzle to do, so I'll frame it since I didn't hear anything about it, or she didn't message me or comment or whatever. So I'll just frame it and glue it. I also got glue with it. I was really confused. He told me that the main gift was the medium-sized one, and the accessories were the 2 big boxes and the little bag that I had wrapped. So I'm like, what kind of gift is this that it needs accessories that are bigger than the actual gift? Well, it made sense because I opened up the 2 puzzles. The puzzles are of me and 2 of my dogs that passed away in 2018. And I really miss those boys. But I'll go through them, and I'll even tell stories about the dogs as I'm doing the puzzle. So, I mean, I have a couple of funny stories, especially about Harley. And I think that's going to be the first one that I'm going to do because I won't cry as much. That was my ex-husband's dog. But I loved him still, and he respected me. So that's all that really matters. And Wrangler was my baby, and I cried. I'm starting to tear up now. I cried when I saw it, and it just brought back so many happy memories. So anyway, I think I'm going to end this video here. It's been about 40 minutes of me crocheting and talking your ear off, and you're probably bored and don't really care. But, that's a little bit about me and what I hope to accomplish. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.